Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about 5 new ways for you to grow on Instagram this week. Now this is a really good series. I like this series and you all seem to enjoy them as well, so we're going to pick it up and start doing them more. Yeah. But basically what it is when we identify 5 ways that are working for us or that we see out in the wild that are helping people grow, we basically share them with you so you can quickly implement them as well. So these are more fast tactics, you could say, tactics that you can start this week. And of course what we always love is for you to tell us what you tested out and what works for you in the comments section below.
And by the way, our last video, you guys showed a lot of love to that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that one's killing it.
Pop that up here. That one is about Instagram's new changes to hashtags. So I just want to very briefly bring up, a lot of people were asking us what our thoughts were. We said in the video we were going to test it out, the new 3 to 5 hashtags in the caption instead of 30 in the comments. Now, we're still testing. It's been about 3 weeks. A lot of you are saying that it hasn't been working well for you and your reach is totally dropped. You've heard people say the opposite.
I've heard people say that things are going really well for them, which means they might just be narrowing down to the exact hashtags that they should be using.
Could be that.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then you definitely need to go check out that video there. It was really, it was our first reactions to everything, and we're just in testing right now, but it's cool to see everyone's thoughts on it.
Yes,
so,
and we will get back to you. Once we test it, we want to actually run
like
the
a
numbers.
Case study, like a little case study
exactly.
video.
And like we're going to check the numbers. I don't want to do it arbitrarily and tell you guys what we think, a little too early. So it's coming. Keep commenting. We'll keep responding. We want to hear it.
Yeah.
Now with that.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into 5 new ways you can grow on Instagram this week.
Okay, so the first new way to grow on Instagram this week is to identify 10 theme accounts, tag them in your photos, and ask them to repost your content. For those who don't know what a theme account is, they're those accounts where essentially someone is running them and they're reposting other content and they're very niche down. So there seems to be theme accounts for basically everything.
Yeah.
You name it, there's a theme account. They've got them a lot for photography, which is probably one of the most common ones, and then that's all drilled down: wedding, travel, city, province, state, country. There's a million.
Yeah, tourism accounts are huge for that. So if you're a photographer, tagging those tourism accounts, like if you're a photographer in Vermont, making sure to tag at Vermont Tourism and things like that would be a really smart way to approach things. And the whole point is that when you are appearing on these larger accounts, you are going to get the traction and notice for it because you should be tagged.
Correct.
In those photos.
Exactly. And a lot of them use repost apps that automatically include your caption. So you're typically tagged, and they're quite respectful because these people actually monetize those accounts. They get pretty big. So if they make money off it, they can't have all the creators mad at them. So that is super key. And when they're sharing your content, it would be optimal if they prioritize your reels, obviously, because the reach and the engagement is a lot higher. Now, a lot of times, I'm not sure if the repost apps actually can do reels yet. So if they rip your reel and then upload it themselves, you want to make sure that your handle is in that very first line, because if you're on that reels tab on Instagram, you only see the first line before there's the ellipses and it's all truncated. So you want to make sure that you ask them to tag you off the rip straight away and make sure that you're actually getting that reach and all the value from doing all of this.
And yes, double down on the reels. That should be your priority. You can email it to them if you really want to create that relationship. And that's something that we've always talked about. Relationships are key. Yes. So it's like you're tagging them, but also like speak to the people behind the account, because that's going to make them more inclined to repost and show your content some love. And that's what they want. The whole point of their account existing is to share other people's content. They're not making their own, so they need you. So you can create that relationship. The second way that you can grow on Instagram this week is to leverage trending audio. So when we're talking about trending audio, we mean specifically in Reels.
Of course.
So Reels is going to be the one that's kind of weaving through here because it's the content that's getting pushed the most. But if you're wondering what trending audio is, that's the music that is being more widely distributed across the platform. So you'll be able to notice when audio is trending because it'll have a little upwards arrow. It's like an upwards arrow that you'll notice ahead of the song title. That lets you know that that music is being served more widely, which means you have the opportunity to jump onto that trend so that your content can be served and increase your reach of being served. What's something that you should always think about is, again, it's Instagram giving you the signal that they want you to. Instagram is really great at giving signals lately.
Yeah.
So this trending thing, for example, is another signal from Instagram being like, this is doing well. Jump on this, and then you get the opportunity to get served to a wider audience. Another really great way to find out if songs are trending is by either going to the Explore page and looking for that little trending icon, or a pro tip is to actually follow the Instagram creators account. So that's at creators creators. They do a weekly roundup. I believe it's every Friday. It's either Thursday or Friday. So be sure to follow them. And they actually do a wrap up of everything that's trending, from not only music, but to types of like styles and formats. So that gives you like the one up of like, okay, good, I should save this. So when you're looking at a trending song, you just hit save audio. So that way it saves to your library. But you're like, one, I should save this. And two, I need to think of some content to create around this. So definitely leverage trending audio. I'm sure if you're consuming Reels, you notice that a certain song just always gets served. So it's like, attach yourself to that.
Yeah. And that was a fantastic segue.
Oh, why, thank you.
You're so welcome. To the next way that you can grow on Instagram this week is to use the trendy styles and formats. So, as you know, you need to actually consume Reels to understand the culture of. Now, we've talked about that before, hence, as you know, in this video, which was one of our recent ones, just talking about Reels mistakes. And one of the mistakes that people make, they're just not actually consuming it. So it's really hard to tap into that culture and understand what people are doing.
How are you going to dominate a field if you don't even understand the landscape of it, guys? It's huge, you know? It's the same thing for your business. You got to do research.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. So first of all, you do need to start looking at Reels, see what's popular, see what's popping, go to the explore page, poke around, like Tiff said, go to the creators and see what they're talking about. Now, one thing you can do that maybe a lot of people don't know is you can save Reels just like you can with any other type of post. So you could find a whole bunch of different things that people seem to be doing, save them, and then you can use those as your inspiration in your collections under the save stuff. So when we're talking about the trendy styles and formats, what do we mean? So obviously there's things that we always kind of joke about here, the pointing and dancing and things like that. There are different ones that people have been doing. If that's your thing, go for it. If it's not, there's a whole bunch of different cool things. A lot of them are to do with editing. Like in the fashion world, there's those ones where people will walk in wearing one outfit.
Yeah.
Then they'll say like,
they do the smashing and they throw the clothes down, we'll put it up here, and then they appear up in different styles and like they partner with brands. So that's a sick one for influencers. If you're a fashion influencer, there are so many. That category is killing it.
It's probably the best one.
I think it's the best. I think fashion is like the best one.
It's the most creative.
Yeah. So you can look at what's working and then apply it to your own business.
Yes.
Oh, something I wanted to mention, guys. Sorry, this is point one, and then it just came back to me now.
Of course.
If your marketers on there, we were talking about theme accounts. Remember that their larger marketing platforms as well are reposting content. So if you're a social media manager out there trying to increase your reach, for example, hit up brands like Later and Planoli and things like that too, because that's going to help you with your reach. I was thinking about the social media managers and the marketers and the consultants. They're doing a lot of fun stuff with the style format. So that's what made me think of them.
And then to tie it back into this, you can go to those big pages that you're tagging. And the cool thing is that you're tagging all of these pages for the theme accounts, and you can see what they're posting for the trends, which comes back to this point. So it kind of helps each other out.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely. This, I think, is also coming with an algorithm thing, but these types of content are working well. There's certain types of styles and formats that work well. Leverage that. You know, there's always going to be a way that you can creatively apply it to yourself while also staying true to your business. The next way you can grow, which is something that you can implement immediately and really often gets missed, is by adding a CTA to your caption or content piece to tell people to follow you. People need to know what to do, so give them that direction. You don't want to take the risk of them liking your content, maybe just saving it and being like, oh, this is great, and moving on. Tell them to follow you so they know what to do next. So when you're posting carousels, really carousels and reels should be really key to your strategy. If you're posting carousels, use that end cap at the end of your carousel and say, hey, follow High Season for more tips. And if you're in Reels, be sure in your Reels content to say follow for more tips like this as well, or follow for more fashion tips, follow for more inspiration. Whatever you're offering, let people know that they can get more of that from you by actually telling them.
Yes, and also share if you share it with somebody else if you found it helpful. And that it comes with a lot of tips. If you're sharing tips, particularly like those carousel accounts that blew up before Reels, you know, those are very shareable pieces of content. If you've put all this effort into making this carousel or making this reel that's educational, tell people to share it. And they might be like, oh yeah, I know someone who could do with this. So they'll follow you, share it, whatever it might be. Maybe you want them to save it. Maybe you want them to comment and answer a question. Whatever that CTA is, ask for what you want. Maybe don't give them 6 different, need like, share, save, comment, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, maybe chill on that, but pick a couple.
Especially
like
if it's follow, this is what we're doing here, tell them to follow you.
Exactly. And then the sharing also contributes to growth because that'll increase your engagement rate, which increases how much you're fed to different accounts via the algorithm, via your hashtags, etc., etc. So it all goes towards growth. And another way that you can grow your followers on Instagram this week is to schedule a 15 to 30 minute time blocker before and after you post to engage with the audience. Now, the daily engagement routine, we've been talking about that for years. I'm going to put that one up here. I think that's our big video. It's about our daily engagement routine. Super key. If you're not doing that, please watch that video and see what we're talking about. The idea of the engagement is that if you can drive traffic to your account both before and after you post, you're going to increase the chances really of a higher engagement rate and therefore of follows. So if you bring people beforehand, they're not probably going to respond immediately. They're going to need a little bit of time. So you're sort of poking a whole bunch of people then. Then on the flip side, when you poke people afterwards, poke meaning a like, comment, anything like that, then they're going to come and they're going to, both of those different groups of individuals are very likely going to come to your account. They're going to see a fresh post posted that day, maybe 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, and they're going to know that you are active. That's one of the key things. They want, people are going to follow you. They're going to want to know that you're posting. So that is by far the best time to actually do that daily engagement is, right before, right after you post, because you got a fresh post there. Then they'll very likely, if they see that, they want to see what else you've been posting.
Yeah.
They're very likely to follow then because they do know that you have some sort of consistency in how much you post. So,
and one thing I wanted to talk about that too is like the Instagram algorithm, remember they've made it very clear that relationships are key. So when you're engaging with certain pieces of content or engaging with certain accounts, you're getting that relationship going, which lets them know, okay, when Tiffany posts, then we need to serve it to this person because this person's interested. So you want to have this, me and this account are doing well, me and this account are doing well, and have as many accounts as possible where Instagram believes your content should always be shared to them. Yes. So that way you drive up your engagement rate and increase your discoverability across the platform. So among your followers, but among new people as well. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. These are 5 new ways, and new not in the fact that they're like new as they just got created today, but new in that 5 new strategies that you might not be using before that you can apply to your account this week. And
all of our other videos in this series, none of them are repeated.
Yeah.
So we're not like using the same one. So if you actually watch all of those videos, like you said,
that means you'll probably have like 15 or 20 new ways. Yeah.
Maybe more. Yeah. However many there are. But you definitely have a bunch of different ways, and they're all very unique, and you can use all of those, or at least pick and choose the ones that feel right to you.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere at High Season Co. And you can check out our blog posts on our website at highseasonco.com. We will see you in the next video.
Peace.
Bye.